20 miles here. Gotta be us, 20 miles.
And on this Sunday versus Georgia Tech, one of the oldest rivalries in the clean old-fashioned hate game.
I got loyalty inside my DNA.
Dogs on 3. 1, 2, 3 times.
I got loyalty inside my DNA. I got loyalty inside my DNA.
That will do it. Georgia wins.
For the Ice Dawgs. On defense, number 10, Leighton Poole. Also on defense, number 11, Alexander Strauss. And left wing, number 44, James Adkins. And right wing, number 3, Evan Parante. At center, number 29, Declan Conway. And in goal for your Ice Dawgs, number 31, Ryan Testino. And now the starting lineup for your Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. On defense, number 8, Zachary Jacobson. Also on defense, number 9, Matthew Kwan. At left wing, number 44, John McEvely. At right wing, number 23, Raymond Barrett. At center, number 22, Ethan Molnar. And in goal for your Yellow Jackets, number 32, Brendan Germano. Fans, at this time, we ask that you rise as we honor America and all the brave men and women who serve our country with the singing of the national anthem.
Hello and welcome everybody to today's special presentation of UGA Ice Dawgs Hockey. I'm Torin Smith. With me as always, Joe Kopsho and Ren Grimsley, and we are very pleased to be here to bring this one to you today from Gas South Arena in Duluth, Georgia, between the UGA Ice Dawgs and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. As we get set for the opening face-off, we'll take a look at today's starting lineups. For the Yellow Jackets, it's John McAvilly, Ethan Molnar, and Raymond Barrett up front. On defense is Zachary Jacobson and Matt Kwan, and in goal, Brendan Germano. For the Ice Dawgs, up front is James Hedquist, Declan Conway, and Ethan Parente. On defense, Alex Strauss, Leighton Poole, and in goal, the big man, Ryan Testino. As the opening draw is won by Conway, we are go here from Gas South Arena. Quickly, Tech regains control of the puck, though. They're going to play it back up to the point. There's a shot softly in on goal, tipped just wide. Georgia trying to regain control and get it out. This one played around the boards, intercepted by Conway, and he'll break it out to center ice just over the blue line. Cross ice pass for Hedquist. Cutting to the net, nice move. He's got Conway streaking in, saved by Germano, and he'll get the whistle. Joe, as we get started here, what are your keys to the game today?
Yeah, keys to the game, it's going to be pretty simple, like we saw on Friday against the UAH Chargers, that this team can play really good sometimes and just fall apart some other times. You have to play all three periods today like they're their best. In the second period of the last game against Georgia Tech, they outscored them 4-1. The other two periods, just 2-0. So expect them to play hard this entire game.
Absolutely, Joe, and some nice new threads out there for this Georgia team with the black jerseys and the silver shells to match the football team. They wore black and pink jerseys on Friday night for the Pink in the Rink, so 2 games in a row with black jerseys. What did we do to deserve this, Joe?
Yeah, it's a beautiful look, and like you said, get to say it twice in a row.
There's Hedquist cutting in. Nice defensive play to break that one up from Alex Dubé. Shot from the point for Poole goes wide. Hedquist gets it behind the net, looking for someone out front. Curls it across, looking for Parente, but the pass hit him in the foot. Kept in by Gannon, though. His pass to Parente was fumbled, so he'll have to take it back out to center ice. Here's Hedquist, pass over to Conway, streaking to the net. Broken up again by Dubé. And the Jackets lifted out to center ice, almost onto the tape of Prasanna, but he couldn't reach out and get that one. Georgia takes it back the other way. Here's Sam Adler. Down into the corner, Adler. Boxed out by Dubé. Good defensive play again for the Jackets, not letting Georgia get set up in the offensive zone so far.
Yeah, Georgia Tech coming out hot. Not too much offensive zone time, but their defense is going to need to be perfect against these Dogs.
Nice play by McAvilly at center to break that pass up. He'll have to touch up to get on sides here. Luke Burnett getting Georgia's rush started. Passed across for Stewart. His pass intended for Adler at center was broken up, so they'll have to regroup this one again.
I think it goes without saying, of course, playing here at Gas South Arena, but this ice is by far the best that I've ever seen these Ice Dawgs play on.
Absolutely, Joe. A big arena, bright arena lights. We'll see if the teams stand to face the challenge here. As the Jackets try to break it into the zone, it's picked off by Burnett, though, and the Dogs come right back the other way. Punzenberger just a bit late as Greens tried to stretch out, but he goes offside. So we'll get a face-off just outside of the Tech zone.
And, of course, that's kind of a new line that we saw on Friday. Of course, now Punzenberger gets inserted. But it was Mazzaros, Haley, and Green on Friday, so Green staying on that line. Maybe just needs a little bit more communication and time with Punzenberger to figure out how they like their entries.
Coach John Camp mixing up the lines just a bit Friday night, like you said, Joe. We saw Nate Haley with Mazzaros and Green. Punzenberger is in there now.
And Green, of course, got all of his points, 3 assists in the game versus Georgia Tech.
He had a couple of great chances on Friday night against the UAH Chargers. Just couldn't find the back of the net, so look for Jake Green to try and capitalize and get his first career goal as an Ice Dawg. Jackets trying to break it out. Great forechecking here from the Ice Dawgs on this shift. That one unable to be kept in at the line by Hagerman, so Georgia forced to touch up and regroup inside their own zone, though. Nice forecheck there from the Jackets. Here's a chance. Douglas Umberto trying to play it in the high slot. But the Dogs break it up, and here comes Green right back the other way for Georgia. Fumbles the puck. Douglas Umberto there. Tried to dump it in, but it's picked off by Strauss. He'll skate this one up himself. Down the left wing, Alex Strauss. Curls away from the danger of Dubé. Nice move. Here's a pass out in front looking for Leighton Poole, but he couldn't get the stick on it. Poole was all alone in the slot. Goodell able to play this one out. They say no icing. Georgia touched it.
I don't think Poole did, but I think he could have maybe extended to possibly get it.
Nice play by the Jackets there to force icing on the other side, so we'll get a face-off down inside the Georgia zone.
And maybe the best opportunity of the game so far came to that man, Poole, as he tried to reach out and get that stick into the slot. He just couldn't reach it. As you can see here in the replay, skating down the ice, Poole coming across, and Strauss is looking for him, and eventually just can't get it to the outreach stick of Poole as he just misses there.
Face-off won by the Jackets. Drive from the point by Dubé just goes wide. Nice pass by Whitwer on the breakout, but it's picked off by Prasanna. He'll dump it right back in. One thing to note from Friday's game, Joe, Georgia was very lackluster with the energy. So look for them to jump out here in front of this bigger crowd at Gas South Arena.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to mention as well. This crowd is getting built up in size. You hope that they start getting a little more vocal to help their Ice Dogs.
Here's Whitwer trying to step in. Couldn't get around the outreach stick of Jacobson, but he'll follow it up in the corner. Dylan Spicer with it in the corner. Steps around Quan, drops the pass back off for Whitwer. He takes a check. Good physical play here from Dorcas of the Jackets. And he'll hear it from his own bench. They like to see that physicality. There's a shot from the point from Poole, just goes wide. Bardo chases it around the other side. Good zone time here for Georgia as they keep up the pressure. But the pass for Spicer missed the mark, and Tech able to chip it just out to center ice. Quick up, though. Here comes Poole right back the other way. Fumbles the puck at center. Had a good chance on the odd man rush, but the Jackets break it up. Nice pass there. Here's Molnar with it. Poked away by Conway, and the Dogs take it back the other way. Nice move, Hedquist at center ice, and he'll dump this one in on goal where Germano will freeze it.
And that was just the second time a puck has found its way to the goalie. Germano covers it again in his second attempt. So not much going here from either team as we're over 5 minutes in. It's been pretty much a stalemate. The Dogs have undoubtedly had more offensive zone time, but only that one clean opportunity to Poole where he couldn't get a stick on it.
Face off won by Conway, but it's picked off. Georgia Tech almost had a break there off the stick of Barrett, I believe. This one will go for icing, though, as it was not touched on the way in. So we'll get another face-off to the right of Germano.
Yeah, that icing just a little bit not past the red line there. So it'll go down, and again, UGA will have a chance to try and get an offensive zone draw and get something going.
Face-off won cleanly by Conway, but they'll drop it again. They say there was a face-off infraction. Conway wins it again, though. Snaps it back like nothing happened. Parente looking for the tip in front. Just goes wide. Shot from Hedquist, easily saved by Germano, and he'll get another face-off.
And then just another easy save for Germano. His third of the night, like we said. Not too much pressure here. Let's see if the Ice Dogs can get their passing a little more crisp and try and find an open shot. But credit to the Georgia Tech defense. They lost their main defender, Min Kim, last year. So far doing well in this matchup.
Another offensive zone draw won by Conway. He's been good so far tonight in that area. As this one is just skied out to center ice. Georgia regroups inside their own blue line. Aggressive forechecking here in the neutral zone from the Yellow Jackets, but they're going to be whistled down on a hand pass, so another defensive zone draw coming up for Georgia Tech. And that's one thing that they haven't done so far, or done well so far, Joe. A lot of zone time for Georgia, not much to show for it on that Ice Dogs bench.
Yeah, and like you said, it was kind of about emotion and getting hyped on Friday. I think I'm seeing kind of the same thing. These players not skating with too much aggression in their ice, or in their skates, excuse me. So we'll see if that changes.
There's a pass out in front of McAvelli. He's got some room. His shot just goes over the net. Adler around the other side, picks it up off the boards, drops it off for Eberle. Here's Eberle cutting in. Nice toe drag move. Centering pass for Adler. Couldn't get the shot away. It was broken up by the back-checking Yellow Jackets. McAvelli steps away from Stewart, but he gets a hold of the puck. Gannon punches it back in deep, chases it to the corner. Here's Adler looking out in front for Eberle again, broken up by the Jackets. And McAvilly skates it out to center ice while his team gets a change in behind him. It feels like just one thing will open this game up, Joe. Maybe one big hit, one big save, or even a goal will get this thing started, as Georgia got a little bit of momentum now after a couple of good scoring chances.
Yeah, and this line with Adler, Eberle, and Stewart has often been the one to give the team momentum.
Hagerman circles back, almost turns it over at the blue line to Goodell, but able to recover are the Dogs. And here comes Haugen up the right wing side. Likes to skate the puck, but he takes a big hip check there from Matt Kwan. Here's Mazzaros in the corner. Jacobson plays it up the boards. Georgia keeps it in at the line. Hagerman across to Haugen. Tees one off just wide. Rebound shot. They score! Josh Mazzaros picks up the rebound, and the Ice Dogs take a lead 1-0.
Excellent job there. And again, it is that line. They switch off after getting some momentum, and Punzenberger, Mazzaros, and Green finish it up. An excellent job to get the puck out in front. You never know what can happen when that does occur, and this time it finds the back of the net. Excellent job by that line to put the Dogs on the board first. It'll be 1-0 Dogs.
So Georgia takes the lead just about 7.5 minutes through the first period. And a little bit of life down there for the Georgia side as they're right back in on the forecheck. Mazzaros looking for the pass. Punzenberger on the back door. Couldn't find the tape. Haugen takes it in from the point, though. Very active is Truman Haugen, the Ice Dogs defender. He likes to get in on the forecheck. Had the primary assist on Mazzaros' goal just now. Here come the Jackets right back the other way, though. Punzenberger lays a check in the corner on Peacock. Hagerman corrals it for Georgia. Good forecheck, though, from Tech. Prasanna trying to keep it in. Haugen chops at it, able to get it out to center ice. This one will go just inside the Tech blue line. Puck hits the linesman, though, and here come the Jackets right back the other way. Here's Cullen Dorcas. In around Testino, looking for the centering pass, broken up by Haugen. Bunzenberger skies this one out to center ice, but it's blocked by Dubé. Spicer forced to play it back to his defenders once again. Nice pass off the boards from Haugen. Poole couldn't settle it, though. This one picked off. Here's Spicer walking in, settles the pass, couldn't get it off to Whitwer, looking for it on the rolling puck. And we got a hand pass called, I believe, on Georgia here. No, it's going to be on Tech.
I think that was on Dorcas as he came across the blue line, tried to glove it down. An Ice Dog came in and gave him a good hit, and that ended up resulting in his hand throwing the puck back. So now Georgia will get another offensive zone faceoff.
Another offensive zone draw here for the Dogs. Off the tie-up, it's taken by the Jackets and fired the length of the ice. This one won't be icing. Testino forced to play it aside. Poole goes up the boards for Whitwer. Spicer trying to play it out into the zone. Bardo chasing this one, trying to step around Jacobson. Walking to the net, Bardo muscling through. Here's Strauss with a shot. That one tipped wide. Couldn't get it through the traffic. Georgia regains control. Poole looking for a tip in front, saved by Germano. Tech trying to get it out. They finally do, but Poole right back on the rush. Played across for Bardo. He'll stop up. Drops it off for Poole. Good play there by Jacobson to take it away from Leighton Poole, though. Long stretch pass. McAvilly couldn't get a stick on it. Testino drops it off for Strauss. Tech in the midst of a change. Able to keep it in the zone, though. Long shift for this Georgia fourth line out there right now. As they're trying to break it out. Good forechecking from the Jackets to keep it in the zone. Finally, Whitwer's got it at center, and Hedquist will take it in deep. Couldn't get around the defender, though. And the Jackets play it back to center. They'll dump this one in to the right of Testino. Hedquist, nice pass. He's got Conway in stride. He'll take it down the left wing side. Poke check, but it goes right to Gannon walking in. Good play to tie up the stick from Declan Cloherty on the back check. Gannon trying to get the shot from the high slot, but a good back check there to take away that chance. Georgia regrouping in their own zone once again. That pass misses the mark. There's a shot from Kotze and goes wide. Dubé's got it back at center ice, plays it back for Quan. Picked off, though, by Gannon. He'll walk it in across the blue line. Jack Gannon looking for options, plays it to Conway. His one-time shot was blocked. Hedquist picks it up, though. In behind the net, he's got Conway again. His shot scores! Declan Conway, bar down, and the Ice Dawgs lead 2-0.
Excellent job on the original entry from Gannon. He waits a little bit too long, so the pass doesn't come through. Hedquist, heady as always, picks up the puck, skates around, had a wraparound opportunity. He knows better, gives it off to his man who has an easy shot. You know Conway will put that in every time, and that gives the Dogs a 2-0 lead here early. A little bit of a slow start, but halfway through the period, doing an excellent job. As you can see the replay, Hedquist comes around, and Conway bar down into the back of the net.
Doesn't get much better than that, Joe. And the Dogs quickly in on the rush once again. Gannon lays it into the far corner. Here's Tyler Stewart with the puck. Plays it in behind the goal for Adler. Out in front, Eberle with another shot, just like Conway had. This time, Germano stands tall.
Ice Dawgs goal. Scored by number 29, Declan Conway. Assisted by number 44, James Hedquist. And number 4, Jack Gannon. Time of the goal, 10:49.
Gannon just tried to pick up the puck for the Michigan move there, Joe. We've seen that a couple of times from some of these Ice Dawgs players. Maybe not this early in the game, but they're feeling confident now after getting 2 quick goals.
And I think we did see it specifically against Georgia Tech last time. So maybe they see that their defenders are a little bit slacking on getting behind the net and they like their opportunity. But Gannon also kind of stopped doing it as soon as Georgia Tech came in.
This one tipped just into the corner. Jacobson first to the puck, but he turns it over. Adler's got it. Here's Jake Green with it again. Trying to play it out in front for Adler. Rolling puck, bounces up into the gloves, and the Jackets able to take this one back out to center ice. McAvilly couldn't step around Haugen, though, and he'll start the rush here for Georgia. Nice pass looking for Punzenberger. It was tipped. Quan's got it, takes the check, stays with the puck, though. Played back out to center ice. Barrett's got it, drops it off for McAvilly, but not around Hagerman, as he broke that one up at center. Here's Raymond Barrett walking to the slot. Takes a check there from Mazzaros in the high slot as he's lit up. Georgia bench likes to see that one. Haugen in behind the goal. It's kept in at the line by Jacobson. His shot goes wide. Bunzenberger picks it up around the other side. Trying to pass it off for Mazzaros, but it's taken away by the Jackets. Here comes Molnar. His shot sticked aside by Haugen. Loose puck in front. No one there for the Jackets. The Dogs regroup it. Here's Mazzaros down the left wing side, trying to step around Peacock. Cutting to the net. Loose puck. It's cleared to the boards. As Strauss levels the man, Cloherty, right in front of the Georgia Tech bench. And the physical game's starting to pick up here, Joe.
Yeah, what a series of plays. Mazzaros, an excellent job to get around his defender and then somehow get that puck free away from Germano. And then Strauss finishes it on the back end with a little bit of excitement.
Here's Poole. He'll just lay this one shallowly into the Georgia Tech zone. It's quickly punched back out to center. Alex Strauss recently scored his first goal of the season, first goal in 2 seasons against Vanderbilt.
What a moment that was in a 1-1 game, time dwindling down.
There's Strauss at the side of the goal. Good play by Cloherty. Nice pass out in front. Looking to find his man Goodell in the low slot. Couldn't get the stick on it, though, and Tech will go off for a change as Georgia starts the rush the other way. We're trying to pass it out in front for Hedquist. He'll get it in behind the goal. Nice pass looking for Spicer on the back door. Parente picks up the loose puck. Spicer turnaround shot saved by Germano. And Spicer will go off for a change. Second line back out, or first line back out there for Georgia now. Here's Conway again. Trying to play it across for Parente. Pass broken up. Still loose in front, though. Burnett takes it down from the point. He'll take a shot just wide of the goal. Not sure Germano saw that one through the screen. Conway gets it back. Played out up top for Gannon, but couldn't reach the stick out far enough to settle that puck.
And the biggest thing I'm noticing right now is Dorcas, Colin Dorcas for the Yellow Jackets. He's one of their best offensive players, of course, first in points, a pure goal scorer, but also very good physically. And he's just had to help his defense out this entire game. He hasn't had an opportunity to get in that offensive zone and do his work.
Just saw a strong check there from Peacock on James Hedquist. As Tech's starting to pick up their own physical game, not liking getting hit in the mouth like they have been by Georgia so far. Gannon stands his man up at the blue line. Burnett rims it around the boards. Long shift here for the Ice Dawgs as they're in the middle of a change here. Played up the boards. Parente looking far side. Stewart will just tip this one into the zone, let his team get a change. Quick up, though, for the Jackets as they come right back in on the rush. Here's McAvelli skating down the left wing side, steps around Haugen, cutting to the net. Wraparound chance turned aside by Testino. Burnett might have got a stick on that one, too.
Yeah, I think that was mostly Burnett. And an excellent job by him because he was going off and he said, hey, I see this quick up. Let me stay on and help my team. Excellent job by Burnett.
Eberle with the hustle to beat out the icing there. Still chasing it in the corner. Stewart in to help out. Cleared to the boards, and this one chipped just over the stick of Haugen in a foot race with McAvelli. Haugen takes it in behind the goal. Passed across for Adler, drops off for Eberle, and he'll start the rush the other way. Here's Eberle down the right wing side. Dropped off for Adler. His shot. He scores! Sam Adler sneaks one under the glove of Germano. That's one he'll want to have back, but the Ice Dawgs extend the lead to 3 goals here in the first.
Yeah, of course. The old-fashioned saying is, hey, just shoot it at the net. Something good will happen. That one hits off Germano's glove and goes in between his glove and the blocker and finds the back of the net. A good job to get that breakout out there, get down the ice. Good passing between Eberle and Adler. As you can see, it started from behind the net. They're able to cross the red line, and then Eberle drops it off to Adler, and his shot finds the back of the net.
So Georgia up 3-0 here with under 4 minutes to go in the first. And they'll take it right back in on the forecheck. Here's Stewart. His shot broken up by the back-checking Goodell. A great play defensively by the Jackets. Stewart still looking for his first career goal. Here's a drive by Haugen from the point. That one blocked up top again by Douglie-Umberto. Played up the boards. Douglie-Umberto couldn't get a stick on it. Haugen able to keep it in at the line. Eberle, he's got Hagerman on the blue line. Takes a shot. That one blocked up. Crawford trying to help him out. In the corner, here's Punzenberger with it. He takes the check. Crawford around the other side now. Back up top, Hagerman's got it. Good cycling here from Georgia. Crawford back to Mazzaros. Hagerman over to Poole. Nice passing here for the Dogs. Poole's shot just goes wide. Mazzaros chasing around the other side, able to get this one out to center is Goodell, and they'll get a much-needed change on the Jackets bench.
And I'd like to know what the in-house scoreboard has here for the Yellow Jackets, because right now I have them at 0 shots.
Yeah, Testino still untested here late in the first. He's played the puck on a dump-in a couple of times, but I think you're right, Joe. No shots for Georgia Tech, but here we go. Dorcas with a shot just wide. Thought that would be the first one. As Crawford will take it back the other way for the Dogs.
And they've had a couple of those with just uncompetitive shots.
Georgia doing a good job of getting sticks on pucks when the Jackets try to take those shots, not giving them many options. There's a battle for it right here in front of the scorekeeper's box. Poked away by Kotzian. Strauss got it, though. Back inside the Georgia end, and he'll wheel this one up ice himself. Nice move. Strauss across the blue line into the high slot. He's got Mazzaros with him. He'll curl it back on the half wall. Mazzaros looking for help. Taken away by Kotzian. And floated out to center, but quickly back in is Leighton Poole. He'll cut in the slot. He's got some room. Poole trying to step around his man. Here's Bardo, blocks the clearing attempt. Whitwer in front, saved by Germano. Rebound shot, save again. And Germano sprawls out to lay on that one. Georgia Tech bench on their feet for their goaltender as he makes an excellent save.
Yeah, excellent job by Germano as he gets a couple good saves, and we've mentioned before that fourth line is really looking to break through. Robbie Whitwer looking for his first goal of the season. He'll have to wait a little bit longer. As you can see, Germano just spread out in the aftermath. So Whitwer will continue looking for his first goal of the season on his next shift.
Face off one again by Conway. But it's quickly taken away by the Jackets. They'll sky this one to center ice. Hammered by Strauss right back into the zone, though. Parente chasing it on the half wall. Hedquist blocks the clearing attempt, digging for it on the hash marks, but the Jackets come up with it all the same. Here comes Ethan Molnar with it down the right wing side, trying to get around Strauss, but it's broken up by the Ice Dogs defender. Molnar curls back. Georgia aggressively on them in the defensive zone. Nice pass for Conway. He picks that one up off the boards. Parente's in there to help out. Pass out in front for Parente. Couldn't settle it. That was a grade A chance off the stick of Conway. This line looking for their second goal of the night. Gannon's got it down in the corner now. As Georgia gets a change, he'll drop this one off for Eberle. Down from the point. Eberle at the side of the net looking for Burnett. Here's another centering pass. They score! David Eberle hammers one home from the low slot. And the Dogs lead 4-0.
What a first period from the Dogs here, and it's Eberle again. So often this season has he just been sitting out in front of the goal waiting for rebounds. This time the pass finds its way through him, and the team good passing, relentless offense as they are out shooting Georgia Tech by bunches. I have 15-0, and that'll get you a 4-0 score when something like that happens.
You're absolutely right, Joe. It's been all Georgia, obviously, if you look at the scoreboard through this first period. And there's a huge hit by Eberle right in front of the Georgia bench. They're going to call this one, though. I would likely say it's going to be boarding on David Eberle. So number 2 having himself a shift down there. They're going to call 2 minutes for roughing.
And you can see right off the face-off here in this replay. Sorry, Torin, we missed it. For the other replay of the goal, just right into the Georgia bench. Huge hit. That'll send you to the box pretty much every time.
Face-off to the left of Testino. Georgia shorthanded here. Tech trying to get at least one goal before the end of the period here. Not much time to do it. As Persana trying to settle it down in front. Kotzian looking for it. We got another whistle, though. I think they're going to call Tech. So the power play immediately negated as they're taking McAvelli to the box.
And that's the last thing you want to do if you're McAvelli. It's going to be a cross-check, it looks like. Roughing as McAvelli will enter the box, and you just instantly lose a power play, one you desperately needed as you're down 4 in the first period, and it just gets wiped out for 4-on-4 hockey as Whitwer gives a glance towards the Yellow Jacket bench. But you just can't do that, Torin. 4-on-4 hockey is going to favor the Ice Dogs as they're going to have more open ice, and they've already dominated in that category. And, of course, you lose the man advantage.
So under 10 seconds left to go here in the first. Spicer trying to win the offensive zone draw. Dubé quickly hammers this one down, but not enough for icing. As the seconds tick off, Whitwer plays it in behind his goal. And that will do it for the first. So an explosive second half of the first period for the Ice Dogs. 4 unanswered goals. And that's where we sit 4-0 heading into the second period. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to second period action live from Gas South Arena in Duluth, Georgia. The Ice Dawgs currently lead the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets 4-0. As we get set for some 4-on-4 hockey, we are go for second period action. Joe, can you take us back to the first period?
Yeah, it was a dominant first period from the Ice Dawgs. Multiple goals, of course, from different goal scorers. Mazzaros and Conway, the centers, had a couple, one each, and then Eberle, the center on the third line. So goals from the centers galore, and then, of course, picked one up at the end of the period.
So Georgia looking to continue their hot start as they've got a 2-on-1 right here. Conway and Poole just a bit offsides. Conway cut just at the last second, and Poole couldn't stretch the leg out.
Yeah, that's rough in a 4-on-4 opportunity. That's going to be a really good chance because even if you don't score right away, as you can see in the replay, Poole just thought Conway was going to go directly at the line and rush the goal. Instead, Conway was trying to hold up, and that created the indecision.
So 4-on-4 as there are a couple of penalties. Eberle in the box for Georgia, McAvilly for the Jackets. Georgia will have a very short power play after the Eberle penalty expires, but a little bit of extra room out there, Joe.
Yeah, they'll have about 8 seconds of power play, so they're going to be relying on this 4-on-4 for an opportunity, and they've been skating better, so should help them.
Here's Hedquist with a cross-ice pass. He's got Mazzaros in stride. Return pass to Hedquist with a little bit of space, but Peacock able to stick the stick out there. Another chance in front. Poole couldn't get a shot away. A good play by Germano to break that one up with the poke check. Here's Burnett for Georgia. Stretch pass. He's got Mazzaros in stride. Mazzaros down the left wing side, trying to step around Peacock. Down around the corner. Gannon with a shot. That one turned aside by Germano. Good save on a quick shot. Mazzaros back on the point. Can't hold the line, though, as it comes just out to center ice. And Georgia forced to regroup.
Yeah, a good first period, of course. A great first period. So Georgia just looking to build on that any way they can.
Here's Gannon on the point. As Eberle is out of the box. A quick power play here for Georgia. Mazzaros back to Eberle on the point. He's got a goal in this one so far. Mazzaros again. Back out to Gannon on the other side. Takes the shot just high as he waited just a bit too long. And here's McAvilly in a foot race. Gannon racing back for Georgia. McAvilly cutting in. Shot just wide of the goal. I think Gannon just got a piece of McAvilly, and he couldn't get the shot in on net. He had Testino beat. As Adler is hauled down, we're going to get a penalty coming up here on the Jackets. Georgia will go right back to the power play after that short one. And how about that play out of the box for John Ross McAvilly?
Yeah, McAvilly with the best opportunity. I would call that the first shot of the night for the Yellow Jackets, and it was a great one. I do think Testino got the pad on that, and he barely gets the toe, and I think that's why it went a little bit wide. I think Gannon caught up enough, but I think Testino's big toe was able to just kick it wide.
So a power play coming up here for the Ice Dawgs, an area that they haven't been too great in this season. They will look to improve those numbers here as Conway wins another offensive zone draw. Poole will get set up here on the power play. Looking back, Dory had Parente open. Couldn't get the stick on it, and we will regroup inside the Georgia zone.
Yeah, as you mentioned, to start the year, the first 5 games, the Dogs were under half a goal a game, according to the power play goal. And since then, they're a little bit over 1, so they're improving.
Here's Parente in front, passing his feet, couldn't get the shot away, rather. He'll take it back around the other side of the net, though. Slowly setting up here on the perimeter. Conway back up top. He's got Gannon. He'll walk the line down low. He's got Parente looking for Hedquist in front. Quick pass is broken up by the Jackets and cleared. And Georgia Tech will get a change shorthanded. Racing in onto the puck is Raymond Barrett. His shot in on goal. Testino blockers that one away. And the Dogs will get started on the power play rush. Here's Jack Gannon down the right wing side. Steps around Peacock and dumps it into the corner. Matt Kwan there. His clearing attempt makes it all the way down the ice.
And now you're getting in the territory with about 45 seconds left on the power play, where if the Yellow Jackets could kill this off, they might have some needed momentum.
Here's Conway down the right wing, trying to cut towards the net. Kwan with a good stick, but Conway regains control. Back up top, it's got Burnett on the line. Haugen with it now. In front of the Georgia bench, plays it down low for Adler. He'll take a shot. He scores! Sam Adler sneaks another one by Germano and extends the lead to 5. It's a power play goal.
Yeah, like you said, another one where Adler just sneaks it by Germano. He must be seeing something from Germano because, again, he beats him glove side. And he is able to just get under the glove, it looked like, again, and in between the blocker. So has noticed that Germano maybe has a little bit of issue. You see Adler receive the puck in the replay right down here in the low, and he walks into the slot, rips it, and adds the 5th goal of the night for the Dogs.
So 5 unanswered goals for the Ice Dogs. After an explosive first period, we saw them last time these two teams met. It was the second period where they really opened the scoring. But they came to play here on this Sunday afternoon.
Scored on the power play by number 21, Sam Adler. Assisted by number 16, Luke Burnett. And number 29, Declan Conway. Time of the power play goal, 3:51.
Bardo is lit up by Peacock right here in front of the penalty box. Georgia Tech trying to get something going. They're starting with the physical game here. Here's Prasanna trying to pass it off for Dorcas. Couldn't get it away, though, after a good stick from Bardo. Prasanna down low. He's got Dorcas in the corner, looking to play it back up top, but it's picked off by Whitwer, and he'll skate it back the other way for Georgia. Robbie Whitwer outside. He's got Spicer looking for the return pass. No one there. Haugen in off the point, trying to get a shot in the low slot, but it's bounced into the corner. Whitwer hard on the forecheck, trying to play it in front. He takes a body check there. Another one there from Stewart. That time on Romine. Another hit there from Stewart as he's got a physical shift.
Stewart says, keep your head up, bud.
Tech picking up their physical game. Georgia answers right back. Strauss has got it down from the point now. Here's Adler. He's got 2 goals tonight, looking for his 3rd. Played up top for Eberle. Cross ice. He's got Poole on the point. Takes the shot. Stewart looking for the tip in front. Adler trying to pick up the rebound. It's cleared to the boards. Dorcas takes it. Steps around the check from Stewart. Loose puck still in the corner, though. Stewart gains control. Bounces up to the point. Here's Leighton Poole with it. Trying to sauce it across, but Prasanna gets a stick on it. We've got numbers here for Tech. Just able to stay on sides, but they can't get anything out of the 3-on-2, and the Dogs will regroup it back the other way.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you have a long offensive shift. If you're the Ice Dogs coming back the other way, all they can do is change.
In behind the net, Germano out to play it. Almost turned over at the half wall, though, but the Jackets come up with it. And it's dumped into the zone by Barrett. Barrett and Poole come together in to help out is Molnar. Centering pass, looking for someone in front. No one there for the Jackets. Green comes up with it for Georgia. Molnar hard on the forecheck, but Burnett comes up with it, and the Dogs come back the other way. Here's Eberle. He'll dump this one into the corner and get a change for the Dogs. Burnett looking to center it, but it's taken off his stick, and the Jackets get it out to center ice. This one should be enough for icing, and it is, so Tech unable to change here. Some tired legs out there.
Yeah, you can see hand on knee for one of the Tech defensemen, it looks like. And like you said, it's been a couple of long shifts. Of course, in the second period, you have long changes to the bench. That's actually when Georgia has been best all season. They are seemingly more conditioned than every one of their opponents and have just done an excellent job during the long change when both teams have to stay on a while.
This one bounces back to the point. Burnett unable to hold the line, but it should go for icing again. Leland back to play it, and he will touch up. We'll get another face-off in the Tech zone.
So a major improvement from last year for the Ice Dogs has been the face-off, especially in the offensive zone. We saw it on Friday against Alabama Huntsville, the Chargers, and today we've seen great improvement in the face-off category as Mazzaros tries to step through.
Here's Leland on the point, takes the shot. That one blocked. It hit Chambliss in the foot. He's shaken up on the play. Punzenberger in the corner with it. Nice move to step around his man. Mazzaros in the corner again. Down low, Green's got it, looking for someone in front. No one there on the back door. And this one cleared the length of the ice. It looks like it'll stop short. They wave icing off. So Tech gets a much-needed change after back-to-back icings.
Yeah, lucky that that one just held up.
That one fired right at the bench on the Georgia side. So we'll get a whistle and a face-off inside the Tech zone.
And then again, after Mazzaros tries to step through and gets it back to Leland, the Ice Dawgs will have another offensive zone draw. We'll see the play in here, but Torin, they've just been absolutely dominating in this category. And that, like I said, is a heavy change from last season, and where we saw spurts of the Ice Dawgs just not being able to win one at all.
Yeah, Conway in his sophomore season with the Ice Dawgs has been excellent in the face-off dot. He loses that one this time, but he's got a handful of offensive zone draw wins here in this game, and that's led to a couple of Ice Dawgs goals. Here's Truman Haugen getting activated from the defensive side of the puck. Here's Hedquist in front. He had some help, but it was poked off of his stick. Parente in behind the goal. He'll play it around the perimeter for Conway. Up top, Haugen with a drive. Looking for the tip in front was Hedquist. Couldn't get it on goal, though. Hedquist comes up with it all the same. Peacock's got it. Parente digging for it at the side of the net. Rimmed around the boards. Hagerman able to stop it as he steps around the check of Goodell. Back in the corner, Hedquist with it. Fights off the check, centering pass. No one in front for Georgia. We've seen them force that pass a couple of times with no one there, Joe, and they're just losing a couple of these offensive opportunities.
Yeah, it's just a couple of rotations off with Georgia always using their defensemen. They'll sometimes end up on the half wall or even at the red line. So when that happens, you have to rotate, and you'll see Conway drop back, and usually it'll be him or Hedquist in front of the goal. So when that happens, a little bit of avoided space.
Here's Hedquist with a shot. That one looking to sneak it short side on Germano. They've done it on the glove side a couple of times tonight. He comes up with the blocker that time. Clearing attempt is blocked by Hagerman. Tech trying to get it out. They finally do, but Haugen punches it right back in. Here come the Jackets on the rush. Chipped trying to get it around Haugen, but a good play to pin that one to the boards. Quick up, looking for Parente on the blue line. Conway's got some space. He's got 2-on-1 with Parente if they hurry. Conway with it. Passed across. Parente shoots. He scores! Evan Parente, 2-on-1 with Conway, and it's 6 unanswered goals for Georgia.
And Torin, this is exactly what the Dogs needed. Absolute destruction of an opponent in the 2-on-1 here. Good passing. I didn't think Parente would be able to get that through. He is able to get it under the stick of the diving defenseman, and that goal is wide open as another one gets by Germano. As you can see in the replay here, the rush is what led to the goal. The Yellow Jackets did all they could on defense, but the pass goes through the diving defender, and the easiest shot you'll probably ever have, Torin.
An excellent effort from Conway. He forced the turnover and then made the pass under the stick, like you said, Joe. Just an excellent effort by Conway, who's usually a pure goal scorer like we see. He's got a couple of points tonight on a goal and an assist. And Parente maybe owes him a Coke, like you said. An easy shot for him. He'll put that one in every time. As the Dogs right back in on the forecheck. Third line out there for Georgia.
Yeah, Conway gets his assist total up to 8 with 2 tonight. Had 3 goals and 6 assists before tonight, but already has 3 points tonight with that extra goal as well. Keep saying tonight, Torin. We very rarely play before 8 p.m. and now here 1:30. Of course, a precursor to the Atlanta Gladiators game as they'll take on Greenville later today.
I said the third line. I want to correct myself. It's the second line out there for Georgia right now, and they've combined for 4 points on the night, 2 assists, or 3 goals, rather, Eberle, and 2 from Adler. So they will look to continue their offensive prowess tonight. Stewart trying to tip that one in front. Sorry, today, Joe, like you just said. I did it again.
The time change I don't think helped you either. We're a little off.
Here's a nice move. McAvilly cutting in. His shot just goes wide. Trying to force it to the net. He muscled his way around the defense, but Georgia comes up with it again. Here's Adler on the right wing side, trying to get around his man Peacock. What a good play by the Jackets defender. Long stretch pass. McAvilly couldn't stick it down. He was in behind the defense. He's got it again, though. 1-on-3 for McAvilly, and it's covered by Testino. We got a penalty coming up here on Strauss. I believe it's going to be a slash. So Georgia Tech will head to the power play. Their first one was squandered by a quick penalty from McAvilly on the man advantage. So look for them to change the momentum here.
Yeah, and that hurts Duluth Strauss because he'd usually be out here on the penalty kill. So you're going to have to change up your defense a little bit. And like you said, 6 unanswered goals. If Georgia Tech wants to even mount a comeback in this game with only 30 minutes left, it would have to be on this power play.
Face-off will be to the left of Testino. They only had about 8 seconds of power play last time before McAvilly took the penalty, and we'll see he's not out there to the start of this one. As here's a quick shot from the point off the post. Kwan's shot hit the inside of the iron. Georgia trying to get it out. Tech playing it up the boards. Kotzian trying to get it up top for Peacock. Battling for it on the half wall. Spicer able to punch it out. Narrowly missing were the Jackets on what is likely either their 3rd or 4th shot of the night, Joe.
Yeah, I have it as 4th, which when you're 30-plus minutes through the game, that's not the shot total you want to be at.
And even a shot off the post doesn't count as a shot in the scorebooks. But a near miss all the same. They're trying to gain some momentum here and cut the lead just a little bit. Peacock, or Prasanna rather, trying to pick that one up down low. It bounces down into the corner. Gannon content to just take some time off the clock. Here's Peacock at the point. Plays it back to Dorkos on the half wall. Down low, he's got Kotzian. Broken up by Spicer, though. Nice move by Spicer. Trying to skate it out to center. Whitwer skates onto it. Georgia's got numbers. Here's Whitwer. Gannon in front. Shot saved by Germano. And he will hold on to it. Short-handed chance for Georgia. And Germano comes up big.
Yeah, shorthanded for Georgia. They hadn't had a shorthanded goal until Friday against the Chargers, and now they had their second real good opportunity shorthanded of the entire season as a sloppy pass from Kotzian found a stick of the Ice Dog, and a good job by Germano to just catch that in the breadbasket and keep this game where it's at.
And that chance looked a lot like the Parente goal we just saw, except Gannon wasn't able to fully open up for that shot. And Germano maybe cheating across just a little bit, got his body on that one, and takes away a goal for the Dogs. But the Jackets, in on the power play, they come up into the zone, taken away by Conway, though. And he'll skate it back the other way. Just steps around his man, Conway. Fires it across for Parente. Couldn't get a shot off. I don't know how that found the tape of Evan Parente.
I don't know how Conway stepped around him. He just threw that puck out there. It's like when you dribble down a basketball court and you kind of just chuck it 50 feet ahead.
Nice stick by Parente to break up that play. Dubé couldn't get through center ice. Tech really can't get across the red line on this power play, trying to just get something set up in the zone as we are back to even strength. Strauss is out of the box. Nice move by McAvilly at the blue line. His shot just goes wide. Around the other side, it's dumped back in. McAvilly again in the corner, poked by Hagerman. Played up the half wall. The Jackets still in control. Out in the high slot. Played back up to the point. Here's a shot from Peacock. Goes wide. I think that one was tipped at the point. Rimmed around the boards. Jackets get a change. Georgia on the breakout here. Conway skates it through center. He's got Hedquist with him. Conway in the corner. Parente in front. Looking for the shot on the far side was Conway. Just goes over the net. And the Jackets come back the other way. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Down the other side. That one's broken up. Sharp was trying to skate around the stick of Hagerman. But Georgia keeps them out. Here comes Hedquist down the left wing. Trying to play it out in front. Bounces off the stick of Peacock, though. And the Jackets back the other way. Through center ice. This one dropped off for Goodell. He's got some space. His shot just goes wide. A 2-on-1 chance, and he misses the net. Cloherty with it. Broken up by Punzenberger, though. That was one of the better opportunities that we've seen for Georgia Tech. They've had a couple of them in this second period, Joe, just unable to capitalize.
Yeah, and it seems like every time they have an opportunity, the shot goes way high or way wide. They're not even getting the puck on the net so far.
Hit a couple of posts, or one post, rather, and a couple of ones, like you said, that they just sailed over the net. Georgia getting set up on the perimeter. Strauss fakes the shot, takes one from the point, just goes wide. Crawford looking for a tip. Loose puck at the side of the goal, cleared to the boards by Jacobson, but not out of the zone. Poole's shot goes wide. Crawford on the boards, plays it down low. He's got Mazzaros in the corner. Josh Mazzaros with it, looking to center it. It's gloved down at the point by Strauss. Played right back in behind for Mazzaros. Good passing here for the Ice Dawgs as they continue to cycle around the perimeter. Nice move by Mazzaros to get through two guys. He skates around the other way. Back down low. Crawford's got it. Shakes off the check. Back across looking for Punzenberger, but it misses the mark. And Punzenberger stood up there by Jacobson in the defensive zone. Tired legs out there for Georgia Tech. A lot of guys standing upright right now as Georgia continues this extended zone pressure, finally leaving the zone just barely across the blue line. Tech trying to get at least one guy off the ice. They go for two, but still three tired players out there for Georgia Tech. The Dogs with some fresh legs out there. Stewart fires one just wide. Mazzaros at the side of the goal. He picks up the rebound. He's got Punzenberger, couldn't settle the pass. Burnett on the point, takes the shot. That one tipped in front just wide. Punzenberger again in the corner, calling forward is Gannon on the point. Fakes the shot over to Burnett. Takes one from the far side. That one's blocked through traffic in front. Eberle cycles it down low for Punzenberger again. Eberle at the side of the goal. His shot tipped wide. He scored from there earlier, looking for his second one of the game from that same spot. As it's played back around for Burnett. Over to Adler. Sam Adler with it. Stewart in front. Fans on the shot. Here's Eberle on the half wall. Played up top for Burnett. Eberle again. Out in front. Stewart got some space. Takes the shot. Saved by Germano on a rocket of a shot from Stewart in the high slot.
Yeah, that possession is going to end with a change for the Yellow Jackets, which has to stink for the Ice Dawgs because you think there Stewart gets a great shot. You've had that pressure the entire time. As you can see here, Stewart is about to receive the puck from Eberle, and he takes that hard wrist shot that he has, but it can't find its way through. And that was an excellent shift. No goal, but some consistent pressure.
Not too many shots on that shift, actually, Joe, for the Ice Dawgs, as they just kind of worked it around the perimeter, but a couple of good chances. Stewart fanning on that one in front. We've seen him do that several times this season, in fact, as Adler takes this one down from the blue line. He's hounded from behind by Dorcas. Back up top, Gannon with a drive. Tipped in front, Stewart. Adler walking onto the rebound. He's got room in front. His shot goes wide. Sails that one over the net, but he regains control. Here's Eberle in front. Played across for Gannon with some space. Takes the shot. Saved by Germano. Great pressure from the Dogs again right after that long shift. As Stewart's got it again at the top of the circle. Here's Eberle down low. Pass misses the mark. And that one bounces off the glass. Prasanna trying to clear it. Kept in at the line by Gannon, though. Here's Eberle again. He's got Adler in front. Shot saved by Germano as he flashes the leather and gets another much-needed whistle.
Yeah, another good save, and like you said, much-needed whistle. However, I think when you're up 6-0 like you are as the Ice Dawgs, you don't have to see these perfect shots find the way to the back of the net every time. You are certainly killing the Yellow Jackets' momentum right now and just draining their legs. That'll result in a hard comeback if the Yellow Jackets can find some offensive zone time.
Here's Owen Leland back to play it for Georgia. McAvilly breaks up the pass intended for Whitwer, but Georgia regains control. Here's Bardo with it down the left wing. He'll cut to the slot. Loses control, but regains it. Looking for Whitwer in front. Tipped in on goal. Saved by Germano. Whitwer picks it up in the corner. Circles away from the defender. His shot goes off the side of the goal. Haugen in off the point to play it. Spicer chasing to the corner. Dubé, nice move to get around him. But he runs into the referee. Here's Whitwer in the corner. He picks it up. He's got some men in front. Spicer with a shot just over the goal. Couldn't find the back of the net there. Dylan Spicer with a great chance as this line still looks for its first goal of the season. That one covered up by Germano. And we'll get another face-off in the offensive zone for Georgia.
Yeah, a couple tips out front there. A good job by Leland. Doesn't get too much playing time, but always impactful when he's on ice. He decided to hold that one at the blue line, and then he got two men out in front. I think both might have gotten a tip, maybe just one, but a good job by Germano as he's been standing tall here in the latter half of the second.
So face-off to the left of Germano. Hedquist gets it off the draw, but it's broken up by Doug Lamberto. Georgia gets control, though, as it doesn't leave the zone. Hedquist in the high slot. He takes the shot again. Glove save by Germano as he has another great glove save. He seems to have figured that one out. Georgia snuck a couple by him on their 6 goals.
Yeah, like you said, it was mostly Adler who snuck him by him with just shots on glove side that beat him low, right above the blocker. He's been able to figure out everything that's come above where he normally positions the glove.
Haugen punches that one in, but it's kept away by the Jackets, pinned to the boards. Trying to get it out. Parente holds the line. Hedquist sticks that one down. Playing it towards the front of the net. No one there for Georgia, and Peacock will start the rush here for the Jackets. Douglas Umberto trying to skate around Leland. Good stick by the Ice Dawgs defender. Breaks that chance up. But the Jackets regain control. They'll dump this one in behind Testino as we are under 1 minute left to go here in the second. Leland chips that one out to center, looking for Parente sneaking behind the D, but the Jackets break that one up. Conway turns it over, though. He's got it in behind the goal. Picks the puck up on his stick, trying to get the lacrosse goal. It was knocked off of the tape by the Jackets defender. Good awareness by Conway to see that he had that room, though. And up 6 goals in the second. That's something that I don't think head coach John Camp minds that much on the Georgia bench.
Yeah, and that is something that Conway would be known for, one of the best skaters on the team, probably the purest skater on the team. So he did have that room, like you said, but a big body comes flying in and knocks it off the stick before he can pick it up fully in the air and try and wrap it around.
Face-off won by the Dogs. Poole with it on the point. His shot tipped in front by Mazzaros. A good save by Germano to react to that one. Strauss able to glove it down at the line, but it's chipped past his stick. And down into the Georgia zone. Here's Dorcas with it. His shot. I think Testino might have got a piece of that one, but it was headed over the net. Strauss picks it up in the slot for Georgia, playing it out to center ice. And it's fired right back in to Georgia territory. Here's Poole with it behind the goal. 5 seconds left in the period. Strauss will just pin it, and that will do it for the second period. After 40 minutes, Georgia leading 6-0. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you right back here for third period action in Duluth. Hello and welcome back, everyone, to the third period of today's matchup between the Ice Dawgs and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. As we get set to go here for third period action, Joe, can you take us back to the second period recap?
Yeah, second period included two more goals for the Ice Dawgs as Adler scored along with Parente, and they were assisted by their teammates, and Conway picked up the majority of the assists with two.
So we are go here for third period action. Georgia currently leading the Jackets 6-0 as Conway takes it. Quick shot from the outside. That one turned aside by Germano. Tech just trying to get anything going here in this third period. They had a couple of chances in the second, but they were unable to capitalize on any of those. We have the shots at about 35-9 in favor of Georgia in this one. And that seems a little bit generous, Joe, as Tech has had a couple of chances that either clanged off the post or just kind of bounced around down low, didn't really make a threat towards Testino.
Yeah, I had it more at like 5, but in stadium scoreboard, a little close to the ice. They might have a bit better of a look if a blocker got on it.
Here's a good check by Conway right in front of the Georgia Tech bench as he sits down Raymond Barrett. Gannon plays this one up the boards for Conway. He'll stop up, takes the check, but regains control of the puck. Kind of a slow start here to this third period. Georgia just kind of killing time here. 6-goal lead, not too much pressure on them. Gannon will take it back inside his own end. Burnett off the boards. He's got Eberle. Adler skating onto it. 2 goals tonight. Still looking for a third, but he's heavily checked there by Prasanna. This one cleared the length of the ice. The Jackets beat out the icing. Dorcas with it. Stewart takes him to the boards. Eberle fighting for it. Plays it cross ice. He's got Burnett. He'll skate this one across the blue line. Luke Burnett with it. Drops it off for Adler into the high slot. Poke checked there. And here comes Prasanna back the other way for the Jackets. He's got some space. Prasanna walking in. Steps around again and takes the shot. Glove saved by Testino. And he will hold on to it.
Yeah, that's the first time I think a puck has truly come on Testino in that one-on-one kind of situation. He hasn't been able to really have many opportunities to make a clean save like that. His first one comes very late in this game, and he does it excellently.
Face-off will be to his left. It's won by Eberle. Played around the board. Stewart off the boards but not out. Testino turns another one aside from the point. So Tech kind of finding the net here in this third as Eberle lays a check there on Goodell. Douglie traces around the other side. He lays a check there on Adler. Hagerman corralling it, trying to get around the forecheckers, but Douglie sits him down. Tech able to hold the line. But Haugen able to play it to center the second time. Adler's going to drop it into the corner and get a change for the Dogs. McAvilly couldn't get it out. Haugen punches it right back in at the side of the goal. Mazzaro's quickly in on the forecheck. Jacobson takes it back for the Jackets, though. They turn it over at the blue line. Punzenberger plays it back in deep. And Georgia's right back in on the forecheck. Here's Dubé for the Jackets. He's hammered there by Mazzaros in the corner. Played off the boards for Green. He's got Punzenberger in front. His shot goes wide. One-time chance from the high slot. On a nice pass from Jake Green. McAvilly plays it out to center ice. Mazzaros back there to play it for Georgia. Poole's got it quick up looking for Punzenberger. Out in front of him, though, and this one will go for icing.
Yeah, and about 3 minutes and 30 seconds into this period, as you mentioned earlier, coming out a little bit slow. As you mentioned, the Ice Dawgs just have to maintain their lead. So all the pressure is on the Yellow Jackets. So the Ice Dawgs can try and save their legs a little bit, and all they have to do really is defend a 6-goal lead, which might be one of the easiest things to do in hockey, although now that might be an announcer's jinx. Hopefully not if you're an Ice Dawgs fan.
We did it the other night, Joe. He said the Chargers would have a rough time. The Chargers of Alabama, Huntsville, that is, on Friday night against the Dogs. Said they would have a hard time coming back from a 4-goal deficit, or a 3-goal deficit at the time, with only 11 skaters, but right after that they scored on Nick Newbold. So maybe some apologies in order from us. Try not to do the same to Testino tonight, though.
Yeah, he has to pretend like there's 5 goals on him right now.
There you go. Here come the Jackets back the other way. Down the right wing side, they'll lay this one around Leland, and they'll get a change. Poole corrals it for Georgia. He'll start the rush here. Steps around Dorcas at the blue line. Leighton Poole all alone, trying to walk around Dubé. He does. Trying to pass it out in front. No one there. Whitwer couldn't get a stick on it. And it's cleared the length of the ice. This one will be icing on the Jackets.
And still a little bit of a slow start here. Ice Dawgs not putting too much pressure on. While you would obviously like to score, it's not a necessity at this point. So we'll see how the game plans change up for either team. But when we saw this first game between these two teams, of course, clean old-fashioned hate game, we really saw Cullen Dorcas and Pranay Prasanna really show out for the Yellow Jackets. They've been really quiet tonight as there's been a lack of offensive zone time for them.
Spicer is leveled there in the corner by Kwan. Kotsiak plays it off the boards, trying to get it to Dorcas in stride, but Testino is going to cover this one up before any threat comes in on goal. So another face-off in the defensive zone for the Dogs.
And I think the real difference with this Yellow Jackets team, and it's not absurd to say, is they lost their 2 best players. Colin Fessler in goal, around a .900 save percentage last year. That's fallen off. And, of course, Matthew Connolly, 46 points last year. When you lose your top point scorer and your top goalie, it's going to be hard to rebound. That explains why perhaps the Yellow Jackets are 3-7 this year, and, of course, losing to the Ice Dawgs by 6 right now.
And missing that defensive and locker room presence of Min Kim, the captain for the past couple of seasons. So that's 3 big players there, Joe, that they're missing after last season. They were competitive with Georgia for the past couple of years, but trying to right the ship here this season.
And, of course, Georgia Tech hasn't won a game in this clean old-fashioned hate game since 2021.
There's a long pass for Parente. This one fired off the boards, though, as it's taken away from him. Here's Prasanna with it across the blue line, plays it across for Dorcas. He stops up, but it's taken off his stick by Parente again. He'll circle it back behind his own blue line. Pass intended for Conway is picked off. Peacock plays it across to his winger. Here's a shot saved by Testino on the wrist shot from Cloherty on the outside. Poole takes Cloherty to the boards. Conway with it. Out in front, Gannon. And Parente in across the blue line. Hedquist streaking to the net. Good stick there from Kwan to break it up. He'll take it to the boards, rimmed around the wall. Gannon stops it at the point, though. His shot in on goal. Parente looking for a tip at the side of the net. But he couldn't find the net. Here's Umberto on the rush. Tips it into the corner. Gannon on him. Able to get a stick on it was Gannon, and Georgia regains control. Turned over at the side of the net, though. Umberto couldn't get the shot away. Good recovery. Another shot saved by Testino as Goodell got one off quickly. Looking to center it again for Cloherty. Hard check there by Conway in the corner. On Goodell, a couple of good chances here for Tech on this shift. Able to hold the line was Kwan. Tipped in on goal off the post. That one almost found the back of the net. Testino was going one way, and the puck went the other. A lucky bounce for Georgia as Tech hits their second post of the game.
Yeah, the best opportunities that Tech has had all game comes off a defensive zone turnover from Declan Conway.
So a little bit of a wake-up call here for Georgia. Tech is not going away that easily as this one goes for icing. So another face-off in the offensive zone for the Jackets, and they'll look to continue some of that pressure here on the forecheck, Joe.
Yeah, like you mentioned, that's certainly a pick-me-up, a strong shot of espresso or maybe even a Red Bull when you have that turnover right in front of you and you're Testino, and then you think you make the original save and they come right back with a knuckleballer as you're going one way and the puck almost finds the inside of the other post. But Dogs stay alive so far with the 6-goal lead.
Here's Eberle with it after winning the face-off in the defensive zone. Adler stops up on the blue line, plays it down low. Here's Stewart with it. Trying to poke it around the defenseman, but it's broken up, and the Jackets will break it back the other way. Raymond Barrett with it. Nice move to get around Haugen. High slot shot saved by Testino. Rebound loose in front. Shot. Another save. Another rebound still loose, and Testino falls on it. Couple of great chances for the Jackets as they got some extra whacks at it, but Testino stands tall.
What a job by Ryan Testino there as he makes the original save and he loses it kind of on the turnaround shot, and it goes right under his blocker. I'm not sure he even knew if that puck bounced out under the blocker, and you could see him kick across there and is finally able to cover. What a job as the pressure was on.
So Testino, not too much action before this third period, but he's had a couple of bad turnovers in front of him that he's had to come up big and bail out his defense. Georgia unable to hold the line. Haugen tried to play it on the backhand, but it comes back out to center. Hagerman lays this one softly into the corner. Mazzaros fighting with Jacobson for it. It's rimmed around the boards, and this one should be enough for icing. And it is.
Yeah, and we talked about this earlier, Torin, where, you thought the Ice Dawgs had a good chance coming into this game. They just need to play their best for all 60 minutes. And so far in this period, the Ice Dawgs just sloppy in their own defensive zone and not the offensive zone time we were seeing in the first two periods. So while you're winning big, you would like to end on a high note.
This one cleared out to center by the Jackets. Mazzaros back to play it for Georgia. Nice check there from McAvilly as he plays Hagerman to the boards. Tech gets a full change here. Haugen starts the rush for the Dogs. Through center, across the logo. Here's Truman Haugen. Drops it off for Mazzaros. Shot from the outside. Rebound loose in front. They score! Dylan Punzenberger picks up the loose change and extends the lead to 7 here in the third.
And it doesn't get much easier than that for Punzenberger as he just found that puck off the blocker of Germano and puts it in the back of the net. He was so casual about it as well. He just said, let me put this right here and give the Dogs a 7-0 lead. What a job. That's what happens when you throw the puck on the net. As you can see, Punzenberger crashing, and he's super casual as he skates away and gives the Dogs a 7-goal lead.
This one bounces awkwardly in on Germano. He's able to hold on to it and get a whistle. So about 11 minutes remaining here in the third, and barring a comeback from the Jackets in the game, Georgia up by 7 here.
Ice Dawgs goal. Scored by number 15, Dylan Punzenberger. Assisted by number 9, Owen Leland. And number 27, Truman Hagen. Time of the goal, 8:34. That's a goal.
They just announced in the arena that the primary assist went to Owen Leland, who I don't think was on the ice for the goal. I believe it was Mazzaros who had the shot on net.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I was going to say Leland with his first point of the season, but I think you're exactly right that it was Mazzaros.
The Georgia bench lit up at hearing Leland getting the assist on that. Here's a shot from Spicer, saved by Germano. Leland, favorite of the guys on the team here. So the bench looking to support him any way they can, but that one might not go down as an assist in the scorebooks for him.
Yeah, right now it will be, of course, on AAU. It says Leland, but I'm sure after the game we'll have some discussion as to who that really was. Like you said, Leland, a dog favorite and a fan favorite. He's kind of that first guy that comes on the ice when anyone has to sit out, and, of course, with Bill Martin out, he's kind of taken his time as well as Hagerman on the defensive side. We've even seen Leland this season play a little bit of forward.
Jack of all trades, Swiss Army knife, if you will, Joe.
Exactly right.
As Conway's going to take this one right down Main Street through center ice, but he runs into Dubé in the offensive zone. Parente holds the line here. He plays it back down low for Conway. Over to Burnett. Nice move to step around Goodell, but a good play by Jacobson to keep him to the outside. We got a penalty coming up on the Jackets. It's going to be cross-checking. And I believe it's going to be Doug Liamberto headed to the box for 2 minutes.
And you can see Doug Liamberto arguing with an Ice Dawg. It looks like Gannon as he goes off. And Torin, of course, this game is called clean old-fashioned hate. We've seen plenty of physicality. Not consistent, but when it's happened, it's been huge, and we'll see if it picks up as we go towards the end of the game, I'm sure that when you're down 7-0, you're going to start seeing red in your eyes if you're the Yellow Jackets and not just the red of the Ice Dawgs jerseys and helmets.
So Georgia to the power play. They scored earlier tonight on a goal from Sam Adler.
2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 10-12. Your Ice Dawgs are on the power play.
Burnett getting set up here on the power play. Mazzaros on the half wall. Rims it around the boards for Adler. Just mentioned he has a power play goal already tonight. Adler still looking for the hat trick.
Yeah, it's an interesting line out there, starting with Burnett and Haugen. And then, of course, Mazzaro's going to be that anchor with Adler and Eberle on each side. But, I mean, Eberle usually plays as center, so interesting setup here.
Here's Haugen around the net. Played it up top for Burnett. Across to Eberle on the circle. Back to Haugen in the high slot. His shot turned aside by Germano. And it's cleared. A good save by Germano to react to that quick shot.
Yeah, that was one of his best saves of the night as he gets a glove save, sticks the glove out and flashes the leather as the Dogs will start their breakout again.
Here comes Mazzaros down the right wing. Takes the shot. That one missed the net. In the corner. Adler with it once again. Mazzaros out in front looking for Adler. That one bounced over the stick and around the other side. Gannon will force to take this one back. Here's Adler in across the blue line. Skates it down the left wing side, looking for options out in front. Eberle couldn't get a stick on it, and the Jackets clear it.
Yeah, this has been a good penalty kill from the Jackets, while Haugen had a good opportunity out in front, and Germano made an excellent save. They are running out of time on the power play.
Here's Parente in across the blue line. Played across for Conway. He's got plenty of room. Passed across for Poole. Takes the shot. He scores! It's a power play goal. Leighton Poole with all kinds of time, and he makes no mistake. It's 8-0 Bulldogs.
Pool party power play goal. We'll see if they give him a power play one on that as the time was just expiring. The Bulldogs used that to get some offensive zone time, and an excellent job by Poole with the 2-on-2. He waits and comes on to make it a 3-on-2. Able to find the pass and fire it in. Great pass across ice, and Poole does what he does best, and sitting there receives the pass and gets that one-timer kind of wrist shot. A little bit of an in-between as he makes sure it's on the toe and throws it into the back of the net.
So Georgia extends the lead to 8 now here in the third period with about 7 minutes left to go. Nice move by Kotzian, walking in, saved by Testino. That puck just kind of bounced in on goal, still loose in front, and it's finally cleared by Strauss. He'll skate this one up the ice. Nice move by Strauss around the outside, curls back, plays it back to Leland on the point. Over to Spicer, who's covering. Here's a shot from the point, goes wide. Strauss walking onto it, takes the shot, saved by Germano. A rolling puck for Strauss, otherwise that one was labeled for the back of the net. Spicer can't hold the line. Here comes Prasanna back the other way for the Jackets. In across the blue line. Steps around Spicer. Good boxing out there from Spicer to get that puck away. Strauss picks it up around the other side of the net. Whitwer unable to get the stick on it, though, as it goes back down into Georgia Tech territory.
And that was, on that goal, of course, Poole's first of the night, but Conway's third assist. He also adds a goal.
And this one just offsides as Whitwer couldn't extend the leg. So we'll get a face-off and a whistle. Face-off in front of the Georgia Tech bench here.
And after a slow start to this period, Torin, this is exactly what you want to see. Like I said, the Dogs want to finish off with some power, and they've certainly done so as they've added goals from Punzenberger and Poole in this period. With still plenty of time to add more.
There's a long pass for Punzenberger. He's going to take it right to the net. Walking in. Couldn't get the shot off. A good stick from Goodell on the back check. Sorry, that's Douglas Umberto. There's another shot from Mazzaro. Sails that one wide. Hagerman there. Keeping the line is Punzenberger, but it's chipped out to center by the Jackets.
Excellent job there with the move around the man, Punzenberger, and even got Germano to commit, but couldn't get the wraparound with that one hand.
This one fired into the corner. Daniel Crawford in there for Georgia. Haugen can't hold the line, forced to play it back as Hagerman.
I think Punzenberger tried to do that one-hand tuck that we've been seeing more and more in hockey, and just the puck was out in front and rolling.
Mazzaros trying to get around Peacock, but it's kept to the outside and played back down into the Georgia zone. Mazzaros got a stick on that one, though. Crawford hard on the forecheck, able to get the puck away from Peacock. Still digging for it is Crawford. Punzenberger in to help him out. Burnett stepping down from the point. We got a penalty coming up here, I believe, on the Jackets.
Yeah, there'll be some sort of
Looks like too many men.
appeal here. Yeah, I think that will be the call because there was no sort of contact or anything, but it did look like a Yellow Jacket got on the ice a little bit too early. He'll enter the box, and like you said, that gives the Dogs another power play.
Good eye from the linesman. He saw 6 players out there in gold.
Too many players on the ice. It'll be Keegan Goodell going in the box.
So Georgia right back on the power play. I think the last one was just a bit too late to call a power play goal, so they are 1 for 2 on the night. But they scored right after the last man advantage. Pass intended for Conway. Just misses the mark, but he'll walk onto it. Takes the shot. Walking in. Conway picks up the loose puck. But a good play by Germano to fall on that one and get another faceoff.
I think you're exactly right that the last goal, just a little bit after the clock ran out, but just before that man even got out of the box or got down there. I'm not sure he even left the box. Might have been a half step over the line. So good power play offense from the Dogs that created a goal as soon as it ended.
Nice move by Poole in front of the bench as he steps away from McAvilly. Here's Conway in the high slot. Takes the shot. Glove save by Germano as he flashes the leather once again.
You know, credit to Germano tonight. He's been faced with a difficult task of this powerful Ice Dogs offense, and he's come to play mostly. I have him at facing 46 shots, so allowing 8 goals past that, that's not too bad with 38 saves, and he's flashed the leather a couple times like he did there.
Yeah, a couple of nice, good glove saves as this one's won again by Conway. There's a drive from Poole on the point, and another save by Germano.
And that's a little similar to the goal last time. Of course, a little bit more open ice as it kind of ended up being a 3-on-3, but you can see the centers glide in here, and then, of course, the face-off win immediately getting it over to Poole, who lets one loose.
Another face-off win for Georgia. Jacobson trying to clear it, and he does after taking it away from Hedquist. So Georgia will regroup inside their own zone. With 1:13 left to go on the penalty to Goodell, the too many men penalty that Goodell serves. Here comes Conway walking into the net. Shot, score! Hedquist on a great pass from Conway, and it's 9-0 Dogs.
That is a power play goal undoubtedly, and again it goes to Conway. That's going to be his 4th assist of the night, and Hedquist, not the rookie for the Dogs, but rookie for the team, of course, coming in, freshman from Floral Park, New York, adds another goal to his total. Of course, he's on the first line. He's done excellent on it, and with a great pass from Conway, he puts it in the back of the net and puts the Dogs up 9-0. Fight song plays here in the stadium. Awesome little feature as there's a discussion with the referees.
With a 9-goal deficit, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a running clock, and I think that's probably what the discussion is down there.
We'll see what it is.
I may be wrong. It looks like we're going to stay at a stopping clock. So 4:28 left to go in the game. Georgia up by 9. As this one's chipped into the corner.
Scored by number 29, Declan Conway. Assisted by number 44, James Edquist. Time on the power play goal, 15-34.
So excuse me, it sounds like the in-stadium will give the goal to Conway and the assist to Hedquist, but we're pretty sure it's the other way around.
It was. Hedquist hammered that one on the back door. I have the assists down as Conway and Gannon starting all the way back in the offensive zone.
And, of course, Gannon now adds another assist. That's his 8th of the year. Mentioned on Friday how he was second in points with a good performance from Conway. He moved down to 3rd. And Hedquist, of course, with a good performance. They were tied, were Conway and Gannon. So
I have Gannon down for 2 assists over here. I'm not sure if they'll count the one that I have on Conway's first goal of the game.
No matter what, Gannon has massively improved from last year in terms of helping this team score. As I mentioned Friday, most improved player perhaps.
There's another chance in front, 3-on-1 for Georgia. Eberle looking backdoor for Punzenberger. Just misses the tape. Georgia right back in on the rush. Punzenberger's going to step around Jacobson. Good play to keep the puck to the outside. Jake Green skates onto it, though, for the Dogs. Turned over by Punzenberger, though. Jacobson trying to play it back out to center. Another turnover. Here's Green. He's got Mazzaros back door. Across for Mazzaros. That one blocked by Dubé. A great play to lay out and take away that chance.
We mentioned the loss of Min Kim, their number 1 defenseman. Dubé was his partner, so he's had to step up into that role.
Poole's got Strauss up ice, hits him in the feet with the pass, but Punzenberger behind him to help out. This one fired around, and it's going to be offsides on Georgia.
No,
and we've got a little bit of punches being thrown here.
Yeah, that looked like a cross-check on Strauss.
It looks like Mazzaros and McAvilly come together, and there's helmets flying. This is an ugly scene here.
And it looks like Mazzaros got the better as the referee take them to the ice.
It all started in behind the play. There was a check on Strauss where he got sent to the boards, and Mazzaros took exception and gave him a cross-check.
Oh, they're going to send Machiavelli to the locker room. I would assume they might send Mazzaros as well. With this game just most likely being pretty much over, Mazzaros looks like he'll head to the box. But they'll send Machiavelli off.
Yeah, that's an ugly hit that was laid on Strauss. No matter how you look at it, that's the hit that started it was clearly a board.
I would agree, and it seems to me, I had it written in our stat notes, but Mazzaros has truly stepped up into that leader role. Of course, losing Matt Bigda, your main point scorer. Mazzaros has done that. And guess what? Second most penalty minutes on the team. So Bigda is known for laying some hits and being that aggressive. So Mazzaros has stepped into that role and didn't like what happened to Strauss and took some exception and took Machiavelli down to the ice.
Mazzaros recently hitting the 100-point mark as an Ice Dawg. Congratulations to him as he sits down there in the penalty box. Great time to do this. But, Joe, you just mentioned Matt Bigda. Fun fact about Matt Bigda, as we're talking about Mazzaros with the 100 points mark. Bigda finished his career with exactly 100 points as an Ice Dawg.
I'm sure it wasn't intentional on his part. Maybe he wanted to add a couple more, but he led the Ice Dogs to a great season, as mentioned. First point scorer on that team last season where they ended up knocking off the number 1 team in national pool play, and now it looks like they will send Mazzaros off the ice. And he's going to get a standing ovation. You can hear the barks from the crowd.
The crowd did start to pick up here towards the end of this one, Joe. I'd like to see good mix of fans from both teams.
And now it's going to be a little bit of discussion on what is happening in terms of penalties.
As in any college club hockey game, the longest part is going to be sorting out the penalties, which we are used to seeing.
We've been used to seeing icings take up to 3 minutes to discuss, so with a fight here, of Of course, got some great referees today as we're in Gas South Arena. And right after this game, planned puck drop is around 4 for the Gladiators. As the linesmen and refs are together talking to, looks like the scorekeeper or video operator down there. I would think 2 minutes on Machiavelli for the boarding, and then likely someone will service fighting as well as that, but we'll see.
I think you're going to be right about that one, Joe. No penalty on the board yet for Mazzaros.
I would think.
Likely just offsetting.
Exactly.
And they're going to send both of them to the locker room because they wouldn't come back out on the ice.
Now, what you hope is that it's not a game suspension for either of them, especially with Mazzaros being that key cog to the Ice Dawgs and them traveling to Knoxville. But I don't think it got up to that level nearly at all.
Just one of those scrums where they don't want anything to escalate any further, so just send those guys home for the day.
And it is one of those things you know when you come into the clean old-fashioned hate game. And I mentioned it earlier this period that when we boil down towards the end of it, we're likely going to get it, including last year when we had a whole fight break out, every player on the ice except the goalies after the regulation ended. So this is not abnormal for these two teams.
And that's happened a couple of times. The year before that was the same result on an Ice Dawgs home game. Georgia Tech actually won that one.
That was their last win over these Ice Dawgs.
Fun fact, Joe, when I played for the team in my freshman season that year, that Georgia Tech game was the reason that I got to play in my first game at the Classic Center. There was, I think, 10 or so suspensions for the Georgia team. And because of that, there were so many guys that couldn't play that they had to play all of us on the practice squad and in the scratches. So I got a total of 2 shifts against Alabama the next day.
There you go.
Made a difference in my 40 or so seconds of ice time. It was a great experience, and nothing like the Classic
Quick
Center.
shifts, huh?
Yeah.
So we do have just a 2 minute on the board for Georgia Tech.
2 minutes roughly remaining in the game. There'll be a couple of seconds that'll tick off after the Ice Dawgs power play, barring a Georgia goal. As this one's laid down there into the corner, Conway chases. Hedquist with it. Taken off of his stick and cleared by Cloherty. Cloherty hard on the forecheck, shorthanded.
Good play by Testino to come out a goal there. I think now if you're the Yellow Jackets, it's about killing this penalty off, and you will take a shorthanded opportunity.
That one shot at the goal. Hedquist with the outstretched stick, but it was lifted by the Jackets defender. Parente circles the zone. He'll bring it all the way behind the goal. Played back to the corner. Parente comes up with it again. Puts it into the skates of the referee. Back to Conway. Top of the circle. Over to Poole. Back to Conway. Settles the rolling puck. Adler fresh legs on the ice. Shot down low. Hedquist in front. Loose puck. They score! No, it's waved off. And Hedquist is drilled by Doug Liamberto, and here we go. Oh, and you can't do that. There's an extra guy out there, Sharp, for the Jackets, fresh out of the box. They waved the goal off, and they let him out of the box, and he's joining the scrum here.
Yeah, that is, like you said, that is a major infraction there because he shouldn't be on the ice at all.
And he's still out there. They're taking Degliamberto to the box.
And I think Robbie Whitwer, who's already ready to discuss this, is going to be a little bit more incensed than he normally is because that was one of the rougher plays from the Jackets. While the referee, I didn't hear a whistle. He did blow off the goal. I didn't hear a whistle beforehand, and that puck was out in front. Big hit came on Hedquist from, it looks like high and low on both sides.
Very late hit from Degliamberto, and that's why he's in the box.
But we'll have an instant replay here of where the puck goes in, and then you can see Hedquist just getting hit from behind. We'll avoid the rest. but pretty clear that Hedquist was just fighting for a puck that did find its way to the back of the net. As I don't think it was ever covered. But referees will say they lost sight of it, which is the way to err on, the side to err on. But that hit on Hedquist was also pretty high up.
Yeah, just digging for the loose puck in front. Hedquist maybe got a couple of extra whacks that the Jackets take exception to. Nothing too crazy. And you understand a couple of extra shots, but that play by Degliamberto is uncalled for, and that's why he'll be in the box here.
And I know we're slightly biased, but Hedquist certainly saw the puck. He wasn't attacking the goalie's glove, because from even up here, we saw the puck being loose the whole way. So Germano never had a clean handle on it. The referee behind the net lost sight of it, as I think it went under his arm and that blocker side arm. But Hedquist was just digging and unfortunately gets hit in the head and neck area. So that would be another 2-minute.
So 5-on-3 here for the Dogs. Late in the third period. Here's Punzenberger with the puck. Adler down low. Cycled back up top for Burnett. Rolling puck. He settles it down and passes it across to Haugen. Adler's got it. Another bouncing puck. Georgia can't really control it right now, and this one will be offsides. Forced to touch up are the Dogs. And Persana takes his time firing it down the ice. Sorry, that's Peacock on the clear. Here comes Haugen through center, cross ice. He's got Punzenberger. Streaking to the net is Adler. Punzenberger down low in the corner. Peacock hard on him on the 5-on-3. And he finds his way back to the front of the net. Here's Burnett in the high slot. Haugen with a drive. Save by Germano as the penalty to Sharp expires. It is 5-on-4 now for the last 13.7 seconds of this third period.
And we'll see how this one ends up. Of course, I'm sure both head coaches saying, let's just finish this one out. But I'm sure Adler is looking for a face-off win here and a quick shot from either Eberle or Punzenberger, unless he can win it back to one of his defensemen.
Referees over to talk to the Georgia bench, likely just telling them no nonsense here. Both teams have been going in and out of the same tunnel.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. It's probably after the game.
Face-off won by the Jackets as the seconds tick off. 8 seconds left. Punzenberger in the corner. Fired out in front. Burnett, one last shot. Looking for the tip was Adler, but that will do it. So final score here from Duluth and the Gas South Arena. Georgia wins 9-0 over the Yellow Jackets. And the Ice Dogs dominate the Yellow Jackets in this special edition rivalry game.
And it looks like they will do a handshake line, which I think was likely the discussion from the referees when they came to the bench.
And there's a difference between the stuff that happens on the ice and the sportsmanship after. Usually nothing happens in a line like this. You get the odd ball every now and then.
Oh, they're going to tell the Yellow Jackets to get off, it looks like. It looks like captains will shake hands, and that's going to be about it.
Well, maybe a little bit of bad blood, Joe. I might have been too quick about that one.
Yeah, I think you're right that, nothing's going to happen in that line, especially because plenty of these guys know each other with their rivalry and, of course, even just playing together in the state of Georgia. But referees want to err on the side of caution.
So, final score here from Gas South Arena in Duluth. Georgia wins 9-0. If you stick around for just a moment, we'll give you our post-game thoughts and our 3 stars of the game. Thank you all for joining us.
Oh, crap.
I got Haugen at first. He had 4 assists.
Did he?
Yeah.
Do we want to give Testino one for a shutout or no?
I like Adler won. 2 goals and
Declan had 4 assists as well and a goal.
5 points for Congress.
We can just do Testino as an honorable mention.
Yeah. We can do
I'll mention
Ryan
him
can
first.
get the extra effort. There we go.
Are we recording that or no?
We can just
I think it's going to be too late now.
announce it.
We can post it on socials. We'll get social media to post it. Okay.
I like how
Here, hop on the mic, Ren, for it. Oh.
Okay. Kitchen. So thank you all for joining us here for this one between the Ice Dawgs and the Jackets, a 9-0 victory for Georgia. And I'll throw it over to our very own Ren Grimsley for our Georgia Hockey Museum Extra Effort Player of the Game.
Our extra effort player of the game is none other than goalie Ryan Testino. He had a few great saves there, especially in that third period, maintaining a shutout. One of his easier games he's ever played, but still a shutout is phenomenal, so the award goes to him.
16 shots, 16 saves for Testino, like you said. Not really tested too hard until the third period, but a couple of great saves. And then, Joe, who are our 3 stars of the game?
Yeah, starting with the third star, it's going to be Haugen. Truman Haugen had an excellent game on Friday in which he earned a star, and he just added on to it today with some excellent defense and, of course, going down with 4 points due to his 4 assists. An excellent job from Haugen. Moving on to the second star, it's going to be the main goal scorer today. While goals were spread out, Sam Adler had 2. An excellent job in that second line between him and Eberle working together. And, of course, Adler adds those 2 goals. And then the 1 star, it has to be Declan Conway, of course, a goal early in the game and then just kept adding on with some highlight assists, racking up 4 of them for a 5-point game. So while no hat tricks today, plenty of players over 3 points, and Conway was the most flashy out of them. He earns the 1 star.
And interestingly enough, 4 assists are 4 primary assists. They're not just him touching the puck and passing it off to someone else. Maybe he just gets credit for one. Those are 4 goals that most of the effort is given, or most of the effort on the play is from Conway, especially on that Parente goal. Nice highlight reel takeaway from him and a nice pass across. So a well-deserved first star for Declan Conway on a 5-point night. So that'll do it here from Duluth in Gas South Arena. Thank you all for joining us for this matinee presentation of Ice Dawgs Hockey. For Ren Grimsley and Joe Kopsho, I'm Torin Smith. We will see you next time.